Guys, welcome back to another Bokosi's YouTube video. Today we got our favorite player props and bets for week 9 of the NFL season.
And boys, before we get into it, if you want to play these player props, the best place is on Thrive and Underdog Fantasy. Thrive has the best payouts out of any daily fantasy app, and Underdog has so many different props to choose from. If you want to sign up for these, it's the first link in our descriptions. They match your first deposit up to $100 using code BROS. Go check them out.
Our first prop of the day, yes, it's a bit of a different one. We got a kicker. We got Daniel Carlson. Over 1.5 field goals made. He has missed this in the last 2 weeks, but in the 5 weeks previous, hit this in every single one. Plus in weeks 2 to 5, so for 4 weeks straight, he had at least 3. The Raiders offense got absolutely brutalized by the Saints last week. They scored 0 total points. We expect them to score a lot more against the Jaguars. The Jaguars defense obviously is not as good as the Saints. Expect more points on the board and for Daniel Carlson to have over 2 field goals, or 2 or more field goals.
And our second player prop of the day is Josh Allen under 24.5 completions. Josh Allen went under this last week. He only had 13. And he's going against the Jets, who last year, the 2 games he played him, went under in both games, and he's been under in 3 of the past 4 weeks. Josh Allen gets a ton of yards, but in games where they blow him out, he just doesn't pass the ball a ton. Again, the spread is 11.5. The Bills should kill the Jets, not need to throw it too much, run the ball a good amount, and we like the under 24.5 completions.
Next up, we got Gerald Evert over 47.5 receiving yards. The Atlanta Falcons defense has been awful this year. They're the 4th worst team versus tight ends for fantasy and the worst team against receivers. They have struggled big time against pass catchers. AJ Terrell's injury does not help them at all. Plus, the Chargers are without Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. That means Josh Palmer's going to get more targets and Gerald Everett's going to get more targets. Absolutely love this number. He's hit this in 4 of his 7 games. So yes, just over 50%. But again, without Mike Williams, without Keenan Allen, should be more targets. Absolutely love this number.
And our 4th player prop of the day is Raheem Mostert over 66.5 rushing yards. Raheem Mostert last week didn't hit this. He got 64, but this week he's going against the Bears. The Bears are the 2nd worst defense in the NFL against yards per game, rushing yards per game. They allow 156 rushing yards per game. And Raheem Mostert right now is looking like the clear workhorse back in Miami. Yes, they just traded for Jeff Wilson, but it's his first week there. He shouldn't take too much. Mostert, we still expect to be the guy. Mostert's hit this in 3 of his past 5 weeks. Again, like I said last week, 64, just under this number. He's always getting a good amount of rushing attempts. Against this trash Bears defense, we like the over.
And our favorite spread of the week is Minnesota Vikings -3 at Washington Commanders. Vikings in their 6 wins have hit this 5 times. The only time they did not hit it, they won by exactly 3 points. Washington, yes, is on a 3-game win streak, but it's not against the best teams. They did beat the Packers. That was impressive. But again, the Vikings have been looking awesome, beating teams by a good amount of points. We're going back to the Vikings again this week, like -3.
And our last player prop of the video is Michael Pittman over 53.5 receiving yards last week. So painful. He was on the hook to this, had 53 yards, but he's hit it in 5 of his 7 games this season. The 2 games he went under last week, had 7 catches, 9 targets, and a good place to hit it. Dropped a pass with a minute left in the 4th quarter, wide open for like 20 plus yards. Would have easily cashed it. And then the other game, he only had 3 catches. With Sam Ehlinger at QB, no Jonathan Taylor, should be down to the Patriots. Lots of passing attempts. We like Pittman to go over the 53.5.
And guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, check out Underdog and Thrive Fantasy using code BROS. Helps the channel a lot. And always make sure you play responsibly. Thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.